Oh, all right. Welcome to Monsters and Madness. This is our 68th session here in Exandria, and we are still in the Zemni Fields, north of Hope's Bastion, finishing up in Bysaes Tyl. Before we get to the recap, though, and what's been going on in the campaign, a little bit of housekeeping. We use music from a couple different places. We use one of those places is filmmusic.io. Information down in the panels for each of the songs that we might use from filmmusic.io. We also use music from the Critical Role soundtracks. They make great music. Welcome to Tal'Dorei, welcome to Wildmount, and they allow other D&D live streamers to use it. And so we do because it's good music and helps add a great ambiance to the stream. So check out the information down in the panels. If you want to check out those albums, buy them for yourself, listen to yourself, check them out on there. But that is the music housekeeping, and that is going to take us into Bysaes Tyl. And I think I'm going to change the vibe a little bit for the recap, because, well, the vibe is a little somber at the moment. That's not the one. This is the one. The party, Bastion's Watch, has been in Bysaes Tyl during an attack. The Dragonborn, along with groups of dragons flying over the north of Wildmount and coming in to attack Bysaes Tyl, a siege for various reasons, one of which the party knows, and that is to retrieve the pick that the party has been carrying, the one that was retrieved from the depths of the cave systems that run beneath the Zemni Fields, and now represent the key for these Dragonborn to unlock the final piece to allow Tiamat to break back into the world. The siege was fierce. The party split at times, shoring up defenses, helping out those that they could when they could. And there were casualties. There were losses, and not all attempts to save those that they aided were successful. The front lines eventually fell, along with many members of the Bysaes Tyl Guard from the Ring of Three, along with Alicis himself. One of the members of the Ring of Three fell in battle. But after gathering together, regrouping, the party went out to the front for one last push to allow the east and west sides of the battlefield to shore up where there had been breaks in the line. And in that fight, the party ran into a specific group of Dragonborn, and one in particular who identified himself only as Dragon. And in that fight, while Milo and Angus / Alivor, our dwarf / elf, went to go and talk to Emmeline about a plan to destroy the pick. The rest of the party went out to buy time against this other group, and in doing so, Breck Deep Delver, the dwarf who could not be moved, stood and fought his last fight on the battlefield as he fell. With the party down on resources and unable to expend anything to bring him with them in their retreat, the party ran back to Bysaes Tyl. After regrouping, Angus went out with Calypso, sneaking through the battlefield in the night, and in getting to where Breck had fallen, saw that his body was gone where he fell, leaving only a patch of blooming flowers. That's where we ended the session last time. I think that's a good place to bring us back to where the party is after retreating from that battlefield fight. The party does have a safe house here in Bysaes Tyl. And there was a little bit of outside of the game narration at the end of the last session for those who saw that Discord. But I think for the sake of this, there is a bit of recovery happening around the city as you all walk wherever you're walking to. You do notice that not just more filtering into the city from various teleportation means, but between the Nimblefoot druids and other arcane users in this city and in Bastion's Watch, you see various trees opening up doorways to Hope's Bastion. So just as you walk through, putting it out there, travel between the two cities is quite easy right now. I guess game-wise, what I'm telling you is to travel to Hope's Bastion right now isn't going to take you any extra resources. There are those there who are working on that anyways. So you can take advantage of that if you'd like. But I'm going to zoom in to I'll say the party being together after Angus returns from the battlefield with news of Breck's body. And unless you guys want to be doing something else, you can describe that. But let's zoom in there.
So we're just in our safe house?
If that's where you guys want to be, if that's where you would have met. Yeah, that's fine.
Sweet.
I'm down for that. That makes sense.
All right. Yeah, so Angus would just show up kind of and then come through the door and just be like very, very somber. And all he would say is just, he's gone. And then he'd like go and sit down and be a little depresso boy for a little bit.
What time of day is it?
Nighttime. It's been past, into night so far. I think the last description when Alivor was going through the fields was night had happened. It had kind of turned to night right as that fight was happening where Breck died. So,
Okay.
Yeah, early nighttime at this point, 9 p.m.
Yeah, I just suggest everyone just get some rest. Take time to kind of process what's going on, and we can reconvene in the morning. And break.
Mila's going to go find a corner to solemnly sit quietly in kind of a stunned shock. And I'm trying to bring it up. My internet's super slow, but I'm thinking about maybe subtly casting Scry, or just after everybody goes to sleep, ritual casting Scry.
That was funny. I was going to say that I was going to go cry in a corner for a little bit too.
Okay, so crying in one corner, scrying in another corner. Got it.
We each have our own rooms, correct?
How many corners does this place have?
In this safe house, I would say there's enough. I'd say there's enough rooms for each of you guys. I think there's the upstairs and downstairs described in here. So each of you could have a room if you wanted to.
Yeah, Ekmos would go into that room and I guess he'd sit on the bed and grab his amulet and kind of do a prayer for Breck and just commune and say, sorry I couldn't do more, but I appreciate the help that you gave me. I hope he's doing well.
Ekamos, your amulet glows a bit when you make the prayer, which provides some light under the door of whatever room you're staying. The dims after that.
And then he would just lay down and close them eyes.
Anything else anybody wants to do before they rest for the night?
I'll go check on Vasati.
Okay. So roll me an investigation check, just generally, on being able to find her in all the chaos.
Jesus. It's gonna be an 11.
11. Okay. 11, you're able to find her. It is able to take a while.
Okay.
Not super impactful. You'll just have to push your rest back by probably between an hour or two. So you'll have to rest a little bit. You're able to find her. She is in what is essentially another makeshift infirmary that's in the city now. It does look like her armor has been removed, and you can see that there's she kind of has a sling around one arm, and it looks like her shirt has a cut in it across her shoulder. Or rather, like the shirt itself has a cut. The skin underneath is healed, right? She's a very good healer.
Yeah.
You're not concerned of like any lasting injury or anything, but you can see the damage was done at some point. And here, basically, where it is it's a building that has about 2/3 of the roof left. But it was, there's tables in here set up. There's some people that are just thrown on the ground. But various people tending to various levels of wounds, some bad, some not so bad. But in this case, when you come in, Vasati is tending to some very severe wounds on somebody who is bleeding out of a wound in their abdomen. And she's kneeling down with her good hand. She puts a hand over the abdomen, and you see a dawn kind of colored light, similar to what Ekamos just saw out of his amulet, over the wound as it heals, and you see them going from tense and shaking, kind of grabbing her tightly, to a little more relaxed. And as they feel that relaxation, their face is covered in sweat and they just pass out, finally being relieved from the pain. And she turns and sees you and smiles and gets up, and she comes over and without saying anything just gives you a hug.
Yeah, he would definitely return that. And just be like, how are you doing?
I've been better. That was a battle I wish I wasn't a part of, but glad I was able to help in. Most of our training came after the war, so we never really got to participate much in that, but this was real. This was war. This was death everywhere. There was one point where it was looking really rough where I was at. Sethris came, landed beside me, and was able to stop the one who wounded me. If you find him, please send him my way. I have many thanks to give.
I will. I'm glad he was there. And kind of like, is there like a place to like sit down or something, like a chair? Or
Yeah,
something?
I mean, yes, generally.
Yeah, I could
kind
just say
of the space you make, right? Like, hey, here's a broken barrel. You could turn it over on the side and make something out of it. But yeah, you can do that, sure.
He'll like walk over, find somewhere to sit, and then just kind of head down, just being like, Breck fell.
And she kind of gives a quick inhale of shock and puts her hand over her mouth. And you see a tear fall from her eye. She puts her head down for a few seconds. And not a full sob, but more than you usually see Basati cry. You see a few more tears fall from her eyes. And she just looks back up at you and meets your gaze and says, I'm glad you're safe. Can he not be brought back?
They went to find the body. It's gone.
I will see if there's anything I can do to help.
And I think more than sad, Varric just seems very like frustrated. It's just like I don't enjoy feeling helpless. It just reminds me of everything with Father.
Brother, if there's anything this night has shown... Did you say that specifically?
Yeah.
Or is that just on your face? Yeah, he says, okay, yeah. Brother, if there's anything this night has shown, you are anything but helpless. You have offered more help to the people here than most could have given. You have shaped the destiny of what has happened here in this place. You are shaping the destiny of the world, brother. You are anything but helpless. You have the power to make this world. Nobody can take that from you. Not Father, not some dragonborn, not even me. And you are not helpless in saving your friends. Protect them, Varric.
Yeah, I'm trying.
You're doing more than trying. Breck ran into danger at every chance he get, if it meant even a second of safety for all of you. I watched him run at some freakish flesh monster just to give you all a chance to run away. Breck died knowing you were still there to protect them. I'm sure his rest will be easier with that, wherever he is.
I truly hope so.
You have been trying to chase approval or recognition or admiration of our Father from the moment we left that boat. He is not worth it, Varric. Every single person you meet looks at you and sees someone who is amazing, a hero, a champion of Exandria. As soon as you see yourself that way, you will change the world. It will be done. You will see that you already have. You are a champion, Varric. And it's frustrating as hell to see you not believe it day in and day out through our lives. There's a fire that burns inside of you, and you temper it. You let it stay small. Let the fire inside of you, let the light inside of you, whether it comes from the Dawn Father, the Moon Weaver, or whatever divine power you take it from, you let that light shine. Because the people that are here, the people that were on the battlefield, the pale elves who saw you fight for them, the elves of Bysaes Tyl, the elves of the Diarchy, all were here watching you fight for the elves on the battlefield. You are the champion of the elves, Varric, and all you need to do is accept the title. There's somebody who is crying out in a corner in pain. And for a minute, she goes probably about 15 feet away, speaks some words. You see a light glow under her hands. She stands up, composes herself, and walks back. There are many still here who need me, Varric. There are many who need you as well. I'm glad you're safe.
Glad you're safe as well. And I'll think on that.
I hope you'll act on it as well. She turns and goes back to, this time just pulling out bandages and wrapping an arm that has a cut that doesn't seem worth using the spell slot for a cure wounds.
I will head back to my room.
Anybody else have anything before they're going to sleep?
Since we do have rooms, I think Milo's actually going to go to Breck's room to see if he can find any possession or garment to help his connection with him.
Sure.
I'm not even really sure how scry works on dead bodies.
So, as mentioned,
So
there
that's up to DM.
there
I would go
are
back to
some,
Milo's room.
yeah, there are some doorways to Hope's Bastion. So you could go back to Hope's Bastion, I mean, as if you were walking down the block to Breck's actual room or the friendly ogre.
Yeah, actually, do we know if Breck had like at the bar, did he have an office or anything like that, or a preferred? Because that was like very special to Breck.
Yeah,
We all knew
that's
that.
so funny. We never played it out that way. We never talked about an office. You know what? With Flynn, I'll let you answer. I feel like Breck would probably have an office. Yeah.
Yeah, he would have
Or
had
at
an
least
office.
like a preferred corner or something like that.
Yeah,
But
I
yeah,
think so.
he's
that
Milo's
makes
gonna go
sense.
for a stroll then.
Okay.
And he's gonna go jaunting around the old stomping grounds of Breck, just kind of trying to reminisce and get the anger out of his heart.
Yeah.
And he's going to find his old stomping grounds and where he really truly enjoyed himself to begin his casting of Scry.
Yeah. So, you head to the place where you see it. It's kind of like a little line, right? It's this odd sight where every so often a door will open in the tree, and the line files through. Then a few minutes will pass. Line piles up again. Oh, door opens. People come through one way. People go out another. And you see a variety of people, dwarves, elves, gnomes, humans, just a variety of species using these gates to go back and forth from Hope's Bastion and Bysaes Tyl. Milo, while you're walking through the streets here and going back to Hope's Bastion, are you trying to be discreet or just walking hood down, straight ahead?
No, he doesn't care. He's got his hood up. He just wants to be alone. So he doesn't really want to be talked to or noticed or anything like that. He's got his hood up. He doesn't want anybody. He's not showing his face to anybody, but he's not really hiding either.
Yeah. You get back to Hope's Bastion, and the big thing that you notice now, first off, is a body of water beside, off the walls by about maybe half a mile or so. Growing, you're not used to seeing it, but you see the reflection of the dual moonlight, white and red, on the water. As you step through the tree that's just outside the gate, and you walk through the gate walls, through the doors that are open, and you see here mostly people are helping. You see that they're taking, people are being directed to rooms or tents or places that they can stay, places where they can nurse wounds, get a meal, get some food or drink. And the Friendly Ogre is a place where there is a very large group outside. Looks like people are waiting, and you can see that meals are being given out here at the Friendly Ogre. And Serenity and Michonne and Aki and Sunja are here as the four that are helping, giving out meals from inside, as the cooks from the tavern have been cooking large batches of food. It'd be hard to walk by without them seeing you because they're kind of like at the door. You could either try and be sneaky if you're trying to get past them that way, or just let them know it's you. I'm sure they would probably let you by if you acknowledge them and who you are.
I just need to get through.
Yeah. Roll me a stealth check.
And that's pretty much all he would say.
Oh, okay. Yeah, he'd go up and say that, yeah. I think Serenity would be the one to give you a nod, and Michonne kind of opens his mouth to start talking to you, and Serenity puts her hand on his shoulder and just kind of gives a head shake. And you go inside and you smell the cooking and hear the cooks coming from the kitchen. But ignoring that, you walk up the set of stairs into the first door that's Breck's makeshift office. You guys were often gone, so it's not a super established office, but I think this would be a great character thing. Flynn, why don't you describe what Breck's office would have looked like and what Milo sees when he walks in?
It's littered with beer bottles, leftovers from him just going to town on his brew. Other than that, man, it's pretty quaint. It's just a chair, kind of a small desk. He's got on it like a map of like the coast, the Menagerie Coast. That's about it.
Minimalist bastard. Had all this beer in here and they all came to my office. Milo's gonna stroll over to the map and examine the map and see if there's any like actually drawn on indicators, anything circled, anything starred. You're muted.
Anything Breck would highlight? Any points of interest?
Very specific spot that he had taken Johnny Grimm to.
Okay.
Milo's going to brush his hand across the map, and he's going to hover his hand over that spot that's been indicated as something that might be important, and that's when he's going to start ritual casting Scry. over the map of the ocean.
Okay. This is interesting. Scry targets a creature.
Did you read the spell?
Oh, I've been
Yeah.
reading it. Yeah, I brought it up a while ago, and
That's what I was like,
to get
huh?
to this moment to see, because technically Breck is an object right now, not a creature. You can, however, scry on a location, but I think rules-wise, it makes sense to me that Breck still exists, philosophically speaking, as a creature, just a dead one, even though the rules might say he's an object, not a creature that you can target. So I think here you are very familiar with the target, obviously. But how can a dead person...
And then I have a possession.
Yeah.
Well, possess things. Legally, they're still his, right?
For what now?
I said legally, they're still his.
Oh, yeah, legally. Yeah, legally. No, I'm with you on that. Here's what I'd like you to do. I'd like you to roll me an Arcana check. Just give me your total Arcana roll here, and I think you're going to be fine here. I'm going to have a roll involved that involves these as well.
Got a 17.
17. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to change this up just a bit here for this. Milo, you go about your scry ritual here in Breck's office. The smell of the tavern food and stale adventurers brew still here as you do. And as you complete this spell, your consciousness zooms in. On Breck's body. The first thing you see is that he is being carried. Large arms. The steps almost shaking the ground, at the very least making a loud thud. In the background, you hear waves lapping on the beach. You roll me a perception check, actually. I want to have a perception check here for what you see around this site.
Ugh, gross. 14.
14, okay. You see that there are a handful of figures walking along with the large one carrying Breck. You weren't on the battlefield, so I guess the way I would describe this to you is a very mage-looking dragonborn. They have component pouches and a couple of bottles with liquids in them, potions of some sort on their belts, but look very lean. You see a small spell book with a leather strap over it as well on the belt. You see them
That's not
look.
dragon, is it?
No, you would recognize dragon. It's not dragon.
Okay. I would recognize dragon. Okay.
You would. You do see them look back and over towards your perspective. Do you understand Draconic?
I do. Yes, I do.
Interesting. You hear that mage say, Zilrene, somebody looks to their friend's corpse. And they stops. You see Dragon walk into the perspective of where Breck's body is. And as close to feeling like he's looking up into your eyes as can be, you see a bit of glow over his as he stares and says, so soon. You can have him back. Milo Hawkins knows the terms of the deal. Is that you? Milo.
It's a one-way thing, right? I can't talk to him.
No. You would know enough from your studies that there's a small kind of silver ball little sensor that is a kind of part of the scrying spell, and that's what he would be seeing. No matter. I'm sure you can pass on the message if it's not. The dwarf can live again. If Milo chooses it. Come, let us continue. End that, please. You see the
Milo
mage.
severs the connection.
Okay, yeah, you sever it right as he says, end that, please. The mage looks like they're about to cast something at it anyways. You drop it.
Yeah, he drops the connection and just throws everything that's on the desk with the map onto the floor, and just screams in rage. Probably crumples down and starts crying.
Smell of food and plates clanging continues as you cry. Here, mourning the loss of a brother. So there's an unopened 6-pack of Adventurers brew sitting next to you, along with many bottles
Milo
of
kind of
drinking Adventurers brew.
after some of the anger and frustration subsides a little bit, he catches eye of it, cracks 2 of them open, pours half of one out, and drinks the other one. And then he'll long rest in the office.
Okay. For the 5 who stayed in Bysaes Tyl, about halfway through the night, there's a knock on the door.
I just look over to the rest of them and be like, the fuck?
A couple minutes pass, another knock.
Grim, go answer the door.
Who is it?
Housekeeping.
Who is it?
There's no food here.
This is Amra of the Ring of Three.
Open the door.
I'll open the door.
And as you open the door, it's the familiar face of one of the 2 of 3 living members of the Ring of Three, Amra, who had been speaking with Angus, along with Aliceus, before the battle started. Just before the battle started. She has a solemn look on her face and says, specifically says, and you can see that there's a group of like 5 people, probably 30, 40 feet behind her, and she quietly says, I wish to speak to Alavor Roust, please.
So like,
And she's saying that to Grim. She knows, if I remember correctly, she
Yeah,
knows Angus is Alavor. Yeah.
yeah.
She's asking in that way.
Yeah. So I kind of just, after hearing that, just like step forward and present myself.
And they step forward, say, may I come in?
Just give a nod, of course.
Comes in and closes the door behind them and looks around to the group. I'll ask who would have joined for this. Everybody here for Varrig, Grim, Ekamos, and Alavor / Angus.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
She looks at you.
So what was her name again?
Yes.
Amra, Amra. Last name Balleei. And they look to you, Angus, and say, I hope you'll pardon the intrusion. I know that rest is very important after such a day of fighting, but there was one human, a man who had been fighting throughout the day. Not on the battlefield, but here in the city. And I'm told he fought valiantly and was able to save a few who were taking shelter in some of the shops.
Oh.
At the end of the night, though, he began asking higher and higher up the chain of command about a Miaria Threlstein and her son, Al. Just let that sit in the air for a minute.
He wouldn't really say much. He'd just be kind of...
She'll continue then.
Yeah.
And I know that there's much to discuss and debrief about the things that have happened this day. But it seemed that a reunion might take precedence in celebrating those who are left. I have not told him anything, and so if you do not wish for him to enter into this house, we will walk away and say that we will aid him on his quest. But if you wish, then there is a man outside His name is Starstem Fulglade, and I believe that he may be your father.
Whoa. He'd be more, like I said, he wouldn't say a whole bunch. He'd just kind of be in a little bit of a shock. Let's not yet quite mention to him my identity yet, because especially in these times, one cannot trust from the beginning. But I would like to meet this man to see if he is who he truly says he is.
And she gives a nod and kind of a look of acknowledgement. Then he shall be an honored guest of the Ring of Three. We will offer him room, we'll offer him rest, we shall offer him food, kindness, and hospitality. And if you need to know where he is, we will have that location for you. And then she kind of more broadly looks to the other three that are in the room as well. You all are saviors of Bysaes Tyl. You are honored guests. Welcome here. Anytime that you may need. Bysaes Tyl would be happy to have you call this place home for as long as you would have it. I'm sure you need your rest. If you need anything, please do not hesitate to send word. Unless anybody has anything to say to her, she'll head out.
So yeah, after she leaves, I just turn to the party, be like, "Oh, well, that was strange."
Just a little Alivor lore drop.
Yeah, I never knew my father. My father.
So, what you gonna do about that?
Yeah, I don't know. So I'm not lying when I said I never knew my father. The very small memories of just letters from him is the only thing I have. I don't even know what he looks like. I didn't even think he was still alive. I thought he was dead. One day the letters just stopped coming. I don't know if there's any way to tell for real. Well, I can think of one way, but usually people don't like it when I dig around in their brains. Even if it was him, look at me, I'm a dwarf. He's not going to think I'm his son. He's going to laugh.
Who is this hairy man?
Exactly. We need to get this fixed. And you all know some powerful mages. I'm being a dwarf was fun and all, but I'm tired of it. Sick of it. That's That is something I honestly don't want to deal with right now. Not gonna lie to you guys. There's a lot going on, and I don't know if I could handle that right now.
Grim, Commodore Norrington, he kind of like curls himself up around on your neck and just whispers into your ear. Sounds like some unresolved trauma in his past.
I'll whisper back to him like, I thought my daddy issues were bad, but this really takes the cake.
He says, well, I'm sure some duels would make things just perfectly fine. Find your father, fight your father, kill your father.
I like that. I think that's a great thing. You want to take over under bets to see if he cries about it right now or later?
Ooh, yes. I've got 2 gold on tears out the left eye. I can see it over there. It's bubbling over now.
No. I think 2 gold on 1 tear falls and he wipes it away like this.
You're on, bastard.
That what Grim just mentioned is exactly what happens. There would just be a single tear. He'd wipe it away and then kind of just turn away and go to a different room or something. That's exactly what I was gonna say.
Commodore Norrington just goes, oh, hells. He just kind of jumps down. I'll be at the tables at the tavern. I'll see you in a few hours.
Okay.
All right. Anything else from anybody, or are we good to finish up a rest?
You said Oliver goes to like a separate room.
Yeah, whatever room I guess we would have, because there were enough rooms for everyone, so whichever one would have been his or.
I will go to his room and knock on the door.
Just a minute.
You just hear sniffles.
Fucking opens the door to see Varric and face is a little red and puffy. Just what you want?
Do you need a minute?
No. I'm good.
No, you're good. You're good. Mind if I come in?
Sure, why not?
Yeah. Door closed and everything. I will speak to him in Elvish. I'm assuming you understand Elvish.
I'm not gonna lie, that's not in my language's box. Being turned to a dwarf kind of fucks
This
me
man's
up.
an imposter. How are you elf and you don't know how to speak
I'm a
elf?
dwarf. I'm a dwarf.
So
Okay.
reincarnation changes your languages
It
too.
does.
Yeah.
I think
Oh
so.
shit.
It
What?
does.
I think that's more of a result of the change in character sheet. If you
Yeah.
had Elvish before and you could speak Elvish before, I'd allow you to still speak Elvish.
Okay, thank you. I
Yeah,
I
for sure.
appreciate that.
Totally.
This man just went poof.
All Angus hears is womp 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 womp.
Oh no! I'm
Yeah,
not an
uh-huh.
elf.
Okay, I appreciate you. Then yes. Oh shit.
So look, man. There's obviously a lot of crazy stuff going on.
Yeah, you're telling me.
Both with just like everything that just happened, and then just like the larger empire as a whole.
Yeah, it's kind of
Um,
shit.
Yeah. I wish I could say sometimes maybe not, but it really is just shit right now.
Yeah.
So I wanted to come to you with sort of a proposition, I guess. There are plans in motion right now to kind of create a better home for our people. I've seen what goes on here. I've seen the state of my people and just how we are treated within the Empire as a whole.
Mm-hmm.
And I want better for us.
The Empire's never been kind to elves.
So there's people that I know that are of a like mind, and I want to see if you're interested in that.
And so, what exactly are we talking about?
Let me check something real quick. Okay. I mean, at the very best scenario, a country or a land for our people, not just a city, not just a quarter in a city or some subjugation somewhere. Our own nation is where I would like to have it.
How would that even be possible?
I don't know right now. I'm just kind of at the point where I want to find people that want this as well, and we go from there.
Listen, I'm not going to lie to you. I would love nothing more than to see the Empire burn after what I've experienced today. So, whatever it is you need from me, and however I can be a part of this, I'm in.
I think the first place that we could start or look to is the Ring of Three, or what's left of it.
Yes. So we've got 2 right now. We can have 3 if we can get to the body and the necessary materials. I brought one of them back. I can bring the other as well.
So Gwei and Amra, right?
Yes, but if we can get to Alice's body, I can bring him back.
Hey, that's a start. But yeah, I think before we go back to Hope's Bastion, if we could at least have a conversation with them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, man. I'll let you get back to that and get some rest.
Yeah, so much needed.
It is. Toodaloo.
Bye.
And I will go back to my room.
All right. I think with that, we can have everybody mark their long rest.
Hell yeah.
Thank God. Oh.
Long rest it is. And then with that, I also think it's morning. I'm going to change up the vibe quite a bit here because we are... The sun is... Let's see, is this what I'm looking for? Nope. That's what I'm looking for. The sun is rising on a Zemni Fields that was successful in saving Bysaes Tyl. As the sunlight filters in through the windows. Milo, the sun for you filtering in through the second story window and through some of the slats between the wooden planks that make up the wall of Breck's office. All the others are still in Bysaes Tyl. The sun rises as the party wakes up. Milo, you can still smell the food cooking here in this second story. Although the flavors are a bit different now. There is more of a savory, morning, meaty, leftover flavor to the scent here as opposed to what was coming through last night. And I would say
Milo's going to
go ahead.
grab the remaining 4
Mhm.
of the 6-pack. He's going to go downstairs. I think he's actually going to stop and have breakfast.
Okay, yeah.
Just like a quick breakfast.
Mhm. Get in line with your hood on and just grab one of the ones they're serving.
He's going to walk over and he's going to inform Michonne. Subtly, just quickly grab some food and tell Michonne that Breck has passed.
By that point, Michonne will just give, under his breath, a little bit of words of support to you and let you know he knew the story has already passed through town. And he's there if you guys need anything.
Okay. We appreciate it. We are in the middle of it, so I've got to get back, but just do your best to hold things down and be ready.
It gives you a stay safe.
And Milo's going to take off and bring the other 4 ales back to Grim, Ekamos, Eric, and Angus.
Milo, as you fly towards this line at this specific tree out in front of the gate, you get there, and while you're waiting for your, all right, letting 7 in, wait 5 minutes, kind of like a roller coaster line. You look over, and you see kind of a very weird sight, not something that you expected outside the walls here. You look over and see a figure. It's like they're looking around on the ground for stuff. They are metallic. You look over and Flynn, why don't you describe what they see in the figure outside the wall here, and what is this figure doing?
So he's like 5'8". He's not super tall, but his arms are outrageously long. Like they look like they belong to somebody who would be like 7 foot tall. They kind of hang down by his knees. He's very just jagged edged, real sharp corners to him. Made totally out of metal. He's got like purple eyes. And yeah, he's just wearing a cloak around his waist. On his back, he has a trident and a spear. Yeah. He's if there's any like trash or any paper laying around, he would just pick it up with his spear, and you'd see his chest kind of open up, and then he just kind of sticks the paper in his chest. His chest kind of closes back up over it. On the front, it's painted kind of off-centered slightly to the left. It just says Ash. And when there's no trash,
Milo
he's
would come
casting
to a landing next to him.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and when there's no trash, he's just casting Druidcraft and creating flowers.
Can I help you with something?
Can I help you with something?
I mean, it looks like you're already doing a little bit of help, but why? Are you just picking up all the garbage?
I treat this as sustenance.
So you're eating all the garbage.
I guess one could call it that. You would see his chest kind
Well,
of
that's
heat
food
up
then.
and then open up, and a small little bit of ash kind of spits out.
Oh, wow. That's incredible. If I wasn't so busy, I would, in fact, crap. I would really like to talk to you. But we are in the middle of something. You don't have any particular place to be. Do you have perhaps any place to stay?
No, I do not actually. I come from the ruins of Zydel. I thought it was quite weird that none of the citizens were there when I awoke. And I followed. And he would just kind of stare. And then his head would kind of tilt to the side a little bit. And you see some sparks kind of come out. And then he'd take his hand and just kind of hit the side of his head a couple of times. I followed what I believe to be a temporal rift.
Milo. I think Milo would try and like mimic the head tilt of Ash as he's doing it, while he's like sparking out. What is happening? You came through a temporal rift? Is that how you ended up here?
No, I was
Seidel crashed miles and
on the
miles
city
away.
floating in the sky. I have to say,
So how did you get here?
everything here looks quite primitive. Where and when am I?
Well, you are near Bysaes Tyl in the year X.
842 post-divergence. I would give you
DM.
inspiration if you would have known.
Oh man, yeah, that would have been a good one.
And I wouldn't know the names of any of these places, right?
So it's a little bit
Yeah.
No.
Yeah. I'm like, what?
Yeah, Ash, for you it would be what's that? No. Yeah, Ash. I would say actually,
You're
Ash
from-
wouldn't even know the term post-divergence.
Yeah, he's just gonna stare at you
there's some
blankly.
things that you might
You
wanna
kind of
get
see
filled
his
in on.
eyes doing like this like zoom in out thing. Like they're like trying to focus. He starts kind of hitting the side of his head again.
Well, I mean, it's a really long story, but I could fill you in if you'd like.
Sure.
I have a whole group of friends who might be interested in meeting you.
That would be incredibly helpful.
Well, come on. We got a little bit of time, so if you want to just eat along the way.
Yeah, and
Sorry,
any
Milo said
trash that
wait
he
for
sees
it, so
blowing, you would just see
keep-
with like, oh, sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. What were you saying?
No, you're good. There's like a lag going on. Go ahead, man.
He's really excited to show off his 3-headed trash picker upper.
So that's like 3 times the food for you then, right?
Exactly.
I like your style, man.
So what is this post-divergence?
Oh man. Okay. Actually, Silcine, do you mind helping me out a little bit? And then he like summons Silcine, and then we just go into it, starting from page 1 of the history book.
You hear her knuckles cracking and her arcane knuckles cracking. Well, and yeah, while you guys sit in this roller coaster line that's kind of now weaving back and forth with druid summoned railings to get to back to Bysaes Tyl, we'll say that you guys have the time to review some of the details of the age and how things are a little bit different and what the party has been doing generally over the last few months here at the end of 841 and the beginning of 842 post-divergence in Exandria. We can zoom through that to Milo getting back to the safe house with the new party member. We'll jump to that unless Milo and Ash would have gone anywhere else. Cool. Sounds
Hey,
like
guys,
not. Oh, yeah, there you
I
go.
have a small surprise. Yeah. First, I brought you guys some ales. I guess you know whose they are. Maybe the last little bit of something. And this guy. I found him outside picking up trash, and he is from the floating city. I thought that was kind of curious myself. And I know we don't have a lot of time, so I just brought him here. I hope you guys don't care.
The floating
Want to
city?
introduce yourself?
Is
My new friend?
everybody gathered up right here?
The floating city.
He would look right at Grim and say, Zavarius, it's great to see a friendly face.
Hey, yo!
I had feared the worst when I saw Zydel had fallen. I saw no citizens.
What's oh god. You've seen me, you know who I am.
All automatons on Zydel know every citizen in Zydel.
How much do you remember? So you remember everything up until right now or before the city fell?
Okay, with that, he's going to open his mouth, and you guys are going to hear a voice that's not his come out. And it says, the creator hammer has been destroyed. The gods have caused chaos and death to us from within the city. All remaining Aeorians not in Aeor should flee and take shelter anywhere they think the gods' eyes do not reach. His head kind of starts doing that thing again, where it's like kind of short-circuiting. And he starts to kind of hit the side of it. So, there are no defenses left. Somehow the Obtenebrator engine failed. Seek out survivors from Aeor. They may hold the knowledge to help the future to destroy the tyrants.
Hey, yo, what the fuck did you just bring to us?
Okay.
What the hell is this thing, dude?
Dude, I don't know. He didn't do any of that stuff.
Help me,
Does he know
Obi-Wan
you?
Kenobi. You're my only
What is
hope.
happening?
What is going on?
I will go up
Zavarius?
to him and oh god, this is crazy. Forgive me. It's amazing that you know me. Unfortunately, I don't have any memory of my time in the city. And I'm still trying to put together the pieces of what could have been my life in the past. What do you know about me?
He would reach out to the necklace on your neck, and he would say, "This is enchanted with null magic. This is from Zydel. Other than that, I only know that you are a citizen of Zydel."
Null magic?
Null magic.
Null.
He then says, the name of the wizard who developed that. And then you see his eyes kind of dim and his head drops. And he looks back up. Severius, it's good to see you again.
What the fuck did you guys do to me,
Ah,
dude?
shit.
What the fuck?
Ash, do you mind if I just kind of take a closer look at you?
What do you mean by that?
Well, I noticed that you had the little letters here for Ash for your name. I was wondering if there were anything else that might help us connect some dots.
Yeah, you are free to do what you want.
Can I just investigate like his structure?
Sure,
If
yeah.
there's any
roll,
like numbers.
Yeah, roll an investigation check.
26.
26. It's very, very advanced manufacturing of some sort. I would say, as far as identifying features go, not anything particular that you can see. I'll let Flynn fill in the gaps for anything specific, but I believe that it looks almost like. Well, yeah, I'll let Flynn fill in the blanks on that. Yeah, if there's anything specific like that.
I mean, as you're kind of just like looking around him, you would notice he's kind of, for as advanced as he is, he's very poorly put together. I mean, the edges are really rough. They look like, you know, they were unfinished grinds. He's got like welds in certain areas that are kind of split. Other than that, that's about it.
Nothing really to like make you stand out any more than just your name.
Did you
Yeah,
already
nothing
fill him
really.
in on like everything, Milo? Like how he got here?
We got to about chapter 6.
Mm.
Good chapter.
Yeah, I started at the Divergence, so like, you know, it's gonna be a while. We'll get to it, buddy. Don't worry.
I got you. Okay. Does anybody know what null magic is? Because I'm kind of lost in the sauce here.
Owl or Milo, maybe? You ever heard of null magic?
I'd like to roll on it.
I'll say, Milo, you're the magic boy.
Although
That's
I
weird.
wouldn't have you roll a roll that you could not succeed in. This is not a magic you would have heard of.
No, I've never even heard of this. Zilsane, you got anything? Figured probably wouldn't either.
Yeah, she just nope. Nothing.
What about the people we found?
Back at
It's
Hope's
not a far
Bastion,
walk.
right? Yeah.
In fact, I think one of them was actually here, wasn't he? Didn't one of them come by? Couldn't remember if we passed one in the battle or not.
I believe there was some who had come to fight in the battle. I don't think you guys crossed paths with any of them.
Okay.
after you guys are done like inspecting him and grilling him with questions, he would just nonchalantly start cleaning up the room.
So,
Oh, there he goes. Look.
so,
Is there? Do we have time to go to Hope's Bastion, or do I have time? Are we like strapped for time right now?
I don't know. I don't.
I mean, I just have one thing to take care of while I'm here, but other than that, no, I don't think so.
I would like to go find a dead body if it's possible.
Yeah, that does kind of take precedence.
Yeah. I don't know.
Did you
if it's
share?
possible.
Did you share that with anybody? I'm sorry, like out of character. Did you share that with everybody? Or was that Milo? No, never mind. It was Milo who scried. My
Oh,
bad.
that was me.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
I would. That's when I would inform everybody about the scrying.
Oh. So, would you tell us everything that you, like, word for word?
I would tell you that they're near a beach
Uh-huh.
and that they're after the pick.
Okay. Is that it? You wouldn't say anything about the deal?
Yeah. That's about it.
Okay, okay then.
I don't think I mentioned the deal yet.
Okay, because I would definitely
But
see
you-
other people,
yeah.
But, okay, well, there's a lot of beaches.
Yeah. So what's the plan with that? How do we want to?
I am pretty
about that.
confident that I can scry on Dragon when we want to, but that's the plans. I know exactly what his face looks like.
Are we just trying to get in, try and grab Breck and get out, or are we like fighting to the death again here?
DM, what's the current situation outside? Have
Like
the armies
outside
of
the
the
city?
enemy retreated?
Yeah, they're
Yeah.
essentially the battle is winding down. There's no like active forces or fights that are happening. Seems like the enemy forces have retreated for now back to the north from where you guys are.
Almost as if they were moving with the dragon, hit us, took his body, and now everything's moving off.
So,
There's still a lot of protection. If they're all going together, how are we going to get in there and get him? But I mean, yes, that's immediately what I want to do. I know we have to
Okay.
go get the orb, but
Can you know how you do that warp thing? Does that work with like a dead person?
you talking about his little like
I mean,
gravity
I could
swoop
definitely.
thing?
Like where you just kind of like poof somebody like into battle or out of battle? I mean, I think I've
can
seen you
get
do it a couple
close
times.
enough within. Yeah, I mean, I can grab him from quite a distance, but it's still going to be relatively close. Hundreds of yards or feet.
We just need to buy enough time for us to grab him and go, so we can create like a massive diversion.
I'm
Because
going to be honest with you, Grim. I don't want to just grab him and go. I want to put Dragon to
we
the
got
ground.
our ass
Oh.
kicked.
We got our ass kicked because we were tired. I am no longer tired. Said Grim, I've died so many times where I should be on your side, but I'm on Milo's side for this one.
They don't get to walk away from this.
If it takes a fifth time to put me down, then so be it, but I'm with Milo on this.
Well, then instead of the 5 of us just walking in, let's just take a whole fucking army and do it.
Technically, we've got 6 with our new trash compactor.
Oh, I didn't want to assume he wanted to just come and fight.
Tell him there's a lot of garbage out there that needs cleaning up. It's not a lie. Because those dragons are garbage.
Also, if you stick with us, we can finally finish the history up to the now times.
I mean, chapter 6 is a great chapter to jump in on. I would listen in.
I know it's in depth and slow, but
Ooh.
you'll know everything.
He's
Quite
just
good at this.
cleaning away, man.
It's not even paying attention.
The safe house is dirty.
No, he seems content. I don't know. None of that even moved him.
Let's just assume he's good down.
Hey. Hey, Ash, there's a lot of trash out on the beach that you could get. Like I went out there and there was a ton of trash. Do you think that'd be something you're interested in?
Like how much trash?
Like, honestly,
Without looking at you, he's just still cleaning.
like honestly, I like raised my hand to. Well, I'm a dwarf now, so over my head. To about right here, I saw a couple piles out there.
My duty, first and foremost, is to protect the citizens of Zydo.
Grim, tell him about the trash. Come on, Grim. We need all the hands we can get.
I just love how close you got to the mic for that.
That insinuates me like leaning into your ear. Tell him about the trash.
I will tell Ash in Zemnian that after the trash is picked up on the beach, that there are also enemies that need to be taken care of, and eliminating them is to the utmost importance of the protection to the citizens of Zydel that remain. And that if he is able to help us, that would be appreciated. And I will... Yeah, that's what I tell him in Zemnian.
He's just gonna look at you and Zemnian and say, "I will protect you, Zavarius."
Yeah, he's in.
Fuck yes.
All right.
Grim's got a bodyguard. It's pretty sick.
So should we just wrangle up a bunch of dudes and be like, hey, let's go fuck shit up? Because let's face it, if word has already gotten out, I'm sure people are lining up to go get some revenge. We're probably not the only ones who feel this way.
Yeah, how many dragons are we talking about on the beach, Milo?
The only ones that I saw were the mage that noticed me and dragon.
Oh.
There were a lot of footfalls. I heard some others, but
There was also one carrying Breck that was quite big.
okay.
That was fine. That's fine.
And I don't know. I mean, we barely gathered enough to defend the siege.
Yeah, but that was thousands of Dragonborn. This is like 5 or 6. We can do it.
We could ask how many they have to spare without diminishing any sort of defense.
Oh, we can ask. I just think at the very most we're going to get a diversion. I'm tired of sending people to their deaths.
We could just go ourselves.
I like that plan.
I know if I scry, they're going to immediately see me.
Mm-hmm.
But I could get a lay of the land of where they are. Let's try.
So do I hear another scry is happening?
Ooh.
Is that a thing?
Well, before I do that, do you guys want to talk about the eye of the? What was it, Varric?
Ukatoa.
There's a third one out there.
Oh, this works perfectly because if we go to the beach, kick Dragon's ass, then we could ask for a pickup from the beach with our ship and then go fuck with Ukatoa. Look, it's like chain reaction, right? One right into the other.
I think in all the hubbub, I may have forgotten to tell you that the Plank King is looking for the third eye of Ukatoa.
Yeah. I know the leader of the guild, Lysander. He spoke to the Plague King a lot when I was with the guild, and he always had meetings with the Plank King. And he never told me specifically what he was looking for, but he was looking for something under the ocean. He just never fully explained. So I was never involved with the Plank King himself. I just set up a few encounters at the time.
Well, I feel just right off the bat that if we could even have the probability of getting Breck back, he would be such an asset for going after or talking to the Plank King. I mean, the Alcantara. So I think that, I mean, and I want Breck back. You think that could wait for now? As we go. That does seem really urgent. Like fate of the world sort of urgencies, but
Well, it's concerning that the Plank King has been working with Lysander for so long, because then that means obviously the guild has had dealings with Dark Toe, which is like now they have seeds planted at Dark Toe. So I mean, I agree, obviously. I want Breck back for personal reasons, but also this falls right in line with both him and I's kind of expertise as far as having dealings with Dark Toe and the Plank King. I think we just focus on getting Breck back and just tackle everything after that.
what do you guys think? I'm definitely I'm with Grim on this.
I can, with your help, Milo, I could send a message to Nora and see if she can put her ear to the ground and see if there's any movement in Dark Toe right now, to see who's dealing with the Plank King and if he's had meetings recently. Because that was the last whereabouts I had of Lysander, was he was still meeting with the Plank King. You could see if there's been any movement on that end, how much time we have, but at the very least.
Yeah, I have no problem sending those out.
But after that, I say, at least get an update on that, get some information on the Plank King and see what's going on that end, and then we just go and kill the fucks who killed Breck.
Milo's going to go ahead and spread out, put his book on the table, and begin to cast Scry on Dragon.
Well, if you're going to do it on him, there is a little bit of
Because he doesn't want to be seen.
does not want to be seen. Milo, why don't you describe what your scrying ritual looks like? Also, I don't know if we've talked about it. Do you have a focus worth at least 1,000 gold pieces for scrying?
Ooh!
I was gonna ask about that, but I didn't want to ruin it.
Maybe, how about this? I'm going to run to do a quick bathroom break for 30 seconds here. Maybe you guys can figure out where $1,000 is coming from so Milo can cast his high-level spell.
Did I find it in Breck's office? Breck, did you have anything?
All my gold's on the Alcantara.
Yeah, when you said that earlier, I was like, this came up when I was using
I
Squall.
forgot,
I
yeah.
wonder if he has one.
I know I had that little chest, but I didn't have the thing for Scry. I got half of it. Actually, 40% of it.
What do you need again?
I need 1,000 gold. At this point, I need about 5,808. Sorry, 588. Yeah, 588.
I'll give
The
it to
math
you.
on your
Here's
highest.
588.
And now I have nothing.
Do we come up with 1,000 gold pieces?
We did, yes.
Okay, cool. Well then,
I
the thing
give
that
you-
Milo has that is focus worth at least 1,000 gold pieces, such as a crystal ball, silver mirror, or font. Milo, what is your 1,000 gold piece focus, and how do you set it up for scrying?
It's going to be a little crystal ball, but on it's going to be just a whole bunch of almost etched glass, and the clear glass is constellations and almost like
Very cool.
arcane rings and circles that
Love
are
it.
on it. So when he opens his book, he kind of sets the little orb down in the middle of the book, and Silcine kind of hovers around watching me, or Milo as he does this, and he begins to draw upon the blue power, makes a huge arcane circle on the table, and then all of a sudden the orb lifts off of the book and starts to spin, and Milo's eyes start to glow blue.
Love it.
Thank you,
Milo,
Grim.
what's your DC normally?
Spell DC is 18 is the save DC.
18's the save DC. You're familiar with the target. Milo, you go through your scry, and yeah, I think you get the sense that you can tell that Dragon chose to give up the save. You can see that he's standing on a beach, looking out at the ocean. You can hear the waves crashing on the beach again. You see Breck's body lying in the sand with the Bahamut shield over him. The draped over his front. He's holding it in death.
Can I talk to the party while this is happening and describe
Yeah,
what's happening?
I think that's fine. So basically, like you'd be talking, but your eyes would be seeing something else.
Yeah.
Yeah, that seems fine.
I'd be listening to what's going on in there, but I could at least talk.
Mhm.
He's got Breck on a beach with him. He let me in. He's letting me see this. Show me where you are. And I want to look around if I can.
Roll a perception check. You do have a very limited space still. It is. Let's see. From the sensor. Location. This is okay. 10 feet. Modified focus. Features.
Dirty 20 on the roll.
Dirty 20. Okay, cool. It doesn't really give a specific range for what you can see. It just says you can see and hear through the sensor as if you were there, which honestly is pretty big. Okay, let's do this.
They're in Ireland, right? It's the Cliffs of Moher.
Yeah, right.
I know that spot.
It's interesting, Malo, because you look around and you don't see any specific. Yeah, you don't see any specific features. Like Bysaes Tyl is where you're looking, or is not where you're looking, but is rather the most notable thing this far north, unless you go significantly further east, where you're not really on this like peninsula that you're at. Still, I would say that what is significant is that you see that there are trees behind him, and then it gets to a point where it almost looks like there's a wall of where the trees stop, and it turns to like icy plains, icy tundra after that. You can see there are others with him. A couple of them winged. One that was much more assassin-like is there. The mage, the big one that dealt the final blow to Breck. The original one who was down in the caves trying to get the pick the first time. The one that Alivor had fooled, he's there.
But I don't know where they are exactly. I've never seen this area before.
I would say roll me a history check.
Dirty 20.
Dirty 20. There's a spot north of Bysaes Tyl where the forest stops and it turns to icy tundra. On the beach. Like, I guess you don't know the exact spot, but you do know that the forest stops at some point and it turns to icy tundra. You have the intelligence to figure that out. You studied map making even. You don't know exactly where they are. Like, it's not like you're looking and you're like, I know that spot, but that's it. You could figure out where they're at. Sure.
I go ahead and cut off Scry. Well, I think I know where they are. But there is one part that I didn't tell you guys. They do want to make a deal for the pick for Breck's body. I wasn't going to even bring it up because I don't think we should do it. But if it comes into play to give us an advantage, then let's use it.
You want to potentially give them the pick.
No, never. I'm not going to give them the pick. I want them to dive, Eric. They're not going to leave that area. What I want to do is maybe call a meet, set up an ambush, or we can roll in without ever even speaking to them.
Yeah, I don't even think we present it as an option. I don't think they're dumb enough to fall for an ambush either.
You're probably right.
This is just going to be a fight.
So what do we need to do to prepare?
Man, we're already rested. Just if anybody needs anything before we leave town.
Grim, smoke bombs?
Let me see how much I have left. Hold on.
The city's out.
No more smoke bombs.
I have 6 left.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, 6 left. Hopefully we make them count.
So I'm gonna have a weird request. I know this might sound wild, but does anyone by chance have a snakeskin glove?
Dude, what a
Snakeskin
wildly,
I told
what
you
a
it was
wildly.
Weird, but I just trust me. I need it.
No, it's not just weird. It's just like oddly specific. Like
No, I
that's-
know.
Say glove?
And an eggshell. I figured those were more common, but I need one of those too.
Are these like components you need?
Yes.
I'm really glad you said yes.
Yeah. Maybe there's a place that's still standing that might have it. I mean, anything you say isn't really that weird. We're talking to an elf dwarf who doesn't know Elvish, so
Exactly. See, and then a diamond would be cool too. Of 500 gold pieces for just in case.
yeah, I think I'm fresh out of those.
Breck seemed to have a lot of them. Milo, did Breck have any of those?
I mean, I think he actually did. I have one.
Oh, okay, good. As long as we have at least one, just in case.
Josh, how easy did you say the travel was between here and Bastion?
Oh, between Hope's Bastion, easy. Yeah, it's basically a carnival ride line in front of a tree. Wait to get in through the druids.
Yeah, but for
could
you,
get
you
there
just
in
glare at him,
10,
you get a
20
fast
minutes.
pass.
Yeah, I mean,
We got VIP passes. We're good.
I was
VIP.
gonna say we're Bastion's watch. We can cut the line.
Literally
Yes.
run one of the cities. Come on, let me through.
I mean, surely we have somewhere at Host Bastion as well that could sell you something.
Okay, yeah. Well, I feel like, yeah, I'm gonna need that.
If we're gonna take from
Yeah. I think generally speaking, their eggshells no problem. You can. Yeah, Michonne has eggshells. You go to the Laughing Ogre, you get eggshells for days.
Beautiful.
Snakeskin glove, you could find snakeskin. I don't think you could find a glove. If you want to give a gold piece for enough snakeskins to make a glove,
Yep.
then I'll let you do that. Making the glove, however, is a little bit more nuanced. You can try it yourself, have somebody else do it if you want to have like a clothing maker do it. I'd say if you're trying to have a clothing maker do it, it's another 10 gold pieces because it is a very specialty type of sewing that you need to do.
Okay, can he make it like right now?
Yeah, I mean, say a couple hour process of you guys getting ready in the day and
Okay.
you going back to Hope's Bastion. And if you want to role play it out, we can. But otherwise, we'll say
Nah.
we'll just delay your guys' departure by a couple hours, and you're leaving midday-ish instead of morning.
All right.
That's what
All right. I'll pay the 10 gold for it then.
I have fast crafting.
Ooh.
I could craft it for you, but it'll be destroyed after you take a long rest.
The glove will?
Yeah.
Nah. I need this to be a permanent thing.
Do you need a pair of shoes?
Uh,
I can make you shoes.
I've got these pretty cool boots on. But
I
thank
can
you.
also make pots.
Oh, does anyone need a pot?
Why do I feel sad?
Are there eggs around, Josh?
Not in the safe house, no, I would say.
Damn.
Not that easy access.
While they're discussing how to make snakeskin glove, I'm gonna go and try to find the ring of three or the two others. Well,
Sure.
I know Way is at the yeah. So I'll go find
Yeah.
Amra.
Okay. You go. It is their normal spot. There is a heavy guard, heavier than when part of the group was talking to them the previous day, and just Amra. She's in there. It looks like she's coordinating with multiple people there. It looks like doing a lot of delegating about. Mostly aid to people who've been hurt, places of the city where things are still on fire, things like that. After waiting for a few minutes for her to talk with the people who were there first, I guess, then she walks over to you and gives a slight bow and greets you and says, I know I mentioned it last night, but Bysaes Tyl likely would have fallen without Bastion's Watch's aid. And I thank you for what you have done for our city.
It is our pleasure to help. More so, Alvor and myself. Kind of why I've come to talk to you today. Is there somewhere we could speak in private?
She says, yes, certainly. Follow me this way. And she walks you back to a private room. The building here is very much trees that have been molded and shaped into the buildings and shaped around this building, and is very much integrated into the architecture. She takes you into a small office-like room that has a tree growing out of the center of it and a small wooden table. Very natural kind of foresty feel even here in this office. And she invites you to have a seat across from her and sits down, pours herself a glass of wine and offers you one as well.
No, I'll decline politely. Yeah, we have some things to do later, but yeah, I just wanted to bring forth a proposal that I brought towards Alivor last night. Obviously, I don't need to elaborate on the crazy things that have been happening both here and across the Empire. You're well aware, but something that's been kind of plaguing, like weighing on my mind, is just how there's a lack of representation or security for our people. I can see what's happening here. I'm sure you have heard of the state of the Pallet Elves, and I want to do something to remedy that situation.
The forest folk are an old race. We found our power long ago, and for that we have earned the mistrust of many in Exandria, at least on this continent. To say the Pallet Elves' state of things is hard to weather, I think would be an understatement. We didn't know you all even existed still until recently. But I think your appearance and your drive. Fight for the elves has lit a fire under others as well. We're in the middle of a crisis right now, but there may be opportunity in that. From what I've heard, there are members of the Cerberus Assembly who have been neutralized or ran off.
Ones that would see themselves take power of the Empire for themselves.
And the king and his progeny are missing.
They are.
Well then, Varric, does seem that an opportunity does present itself. An opportunity for the elves to take. But I have to ask, would it not be more cautious, more prudent, to focus on the defense of as many as we can now in the face of what is at our door before we look to secure our own futures? Secure the future for all before we secure a future for just ourselves.
That I agree with. I am simply planting seeds.
Well then. You have found a fellow gardener, at the very least, who's ready to make moves should the opportunity present itself.
Well, then I guess we will convene again when that opportunity arises.
And she'll kind of bow her head and stand up, ready to go talk to the probably dozens more people who are out there waiting to speak to her.
I'll return
Before-
the bow. Oh,
No, as I say, before you leave, she would stop you and say, I find it a bit odd. Your companion Alivor fighting for the city, fighting for all of you, not wanting to meet someone claiming to be his father.
Alivor is an odd one, but his business is his business.
That it is. Well, we will keep him safe, and if you have any insight to share that might help us to elevate him, his station, and what he means to those in Bysaes Tyl, then please let me know.
I will.
His story, all of your story, has been quite an inspiration to us.
Just give a head nod.
Okay.
And I'll go return to the snake skin glove situation.
Angus, you're able to get a snake skin glove. I mean, it's a snake skin glove. I don't know how any, it's they make it ornate enough that it's like the underside of the bottom where your palm and the bottom of your fingers are is like the underbelly skin, and the top is scaled like a snake skin would be. It almost feels more like a UNT costume glove than anything else.
Perfect. He slides it on, gives a little hee hee, and then off we go. But
Okay, so the party is heading out. I have questions. It sounds like you guys are heading north. How are you guys heading there?
Before we do that, I'm gonna
Yeah.
push a little like compartment on my side that opens up. I'm gonna pull out this little blue stone and toss it up into the air, and it's just gonna circle around my head.
What the hell?
And he is
And then
just full of surprises.
Close that little compartment up.
What's that?
Oh, this is my rock.
I would just die laughing. It's my rock. Okay. Don't worry, everyone. It's just a rock. We're fine. We're good. But Alavoy would be riding on the back of Calypso or Angus.
Okay.
Yes,
Angus
a
on
dwarf.
Calypso.
Dwarf on a
Ash with
motorbike.
a floating rock around his head. What about the rest?
I mean, do we still have a wagon or something like that?
Yeah, I was gonna ask. Is there like stables or something that we could go to?
Sure. You guys have a wagon. There's stables. You could get a wagon. I'm not gonna get bogged down in the minutia of it. If you guys want to take a wagon, there's plenty of wagon resources for you guys to have.
Dude, what a great use of the word minutia. That's a highlight right there for sure. Yeah, I mean, anybody want to come with me to go to the stables?
Yeah, I'm down.
Seems like the best
I'm
course of
curious to
action.
see if they'll just give us horses. I mean, they're faster, but I also just really want my own horse, Grim. Haven't you ever felt that way?
Honestly, every day.
See, they're just.
But
yeah.
horses aren't that easy to take care of on a pirate ship, so
Yeah, that's true. Because it would be kind of one-dimensional out there.
much more of a goldfish type lately. But I can do the horse.
Let's go find some horses.
Ash won't say anything, but he's gonna follow Grim.
Okay, yeah, absolutely. So Milo and Grim start walking around. Ash starts following them. And you guys get to the stable. Very nice. It's the elven stable here is mostly horses. There are a couple of different varieties of mounts, but they're mostly for the smaller or larger humanoid variety of riders at the very least. And I would say each of you roll a persuasion check. Pretty easy DC, but I just want to see if you guys flub the request.
Wrong one.
Persuasion.
19 for Ekmos.
19 for Grim.
23, Milo.
Cool. I think that's plenty that you guys are here, and they recognize you guys as Bastion's Watch. They recognize you guys as heroes of the battle that has been waging over the past, or was waging yesterday. And horses are free to use for anybody who wants to use them, although they do ask that you return them when you're done.
Ash, do you have a specific like preference of horse? Do you even know how to ride a horse? Do you know what a horse is?
Would I know how to ride a horse?
You would know how. I would say you've never done it, but like I would say, yeah, general knowledge of like riding a creature as a mount. Sure, yeah, like that's generally in automaton programming. Whether you're good at it or not, in practicality, will be a different situation up to the dice. But yeah, you know how to get up and. They do have a pair of giant goats here that would also be very large and able to carry Ash if you wanted to do a giant goat instead of a horse.
Dude,
I would
that
prefer
sounds sick.
Prefer the giant goat? Okay. So Ash is able to acquire a giant goat. And so Angus already has Calypso. Does that mean we have one giant goat and 4 horses?
I believe so. Yeah, I think
Quite
that
the
sounds about right.
ragtag crew here, fellers.
Okay. Got it.
Are the
So-
giant goats as fast as the horses?
Yeah, for the sake of this.
I'm taking a goat.
Okay, the 2 goats get taken. 2 goats, 3 horses. Wait, 2 goats, no. Yeah, 2 goats, 3 horses, 1 more bounder.
What a wild title.
Wild
for-
group of mounts. Yeah.
How fast
Okay.
are they? The horses?
Horses. Let's see. $50? No, sorry, 60 is what it looks like. And for a riding horse at least, and giant goat is 40. So if it got down to it and we did combat, we'd run by that. But for the sake of this, if you guys want to ride the giant goat, I'm not gonna make it slower on a long trip.
I can run as fast as the giant goat. Can I just run next to everybody?
There you
Oh
go.
my god. Nice.
Cool. All right then. Well, with that, if the party has mounts and are planning to head north, then that is where we're at. Let's take a break. We're at a little over 2 hours here. It's 1:15 Pacific time. Let's call it 1:30 Pacific, or so 30 on the dial, wherever you're at. Let's take a break, and we'll be back to finish up and see what happens next. See you in a bit. Okay. Do we have everyone back?
We have returned.
Yes,
I am back.
Cool. So our team of goat riders, horse riders, and a moorbounder head off in the forest of Bysaes Tyl in order to get where they're trying to get to here, where the ice meets the forest. And let's see here. Okay. So, Milo, based on your calculations, based on your cartography studies that you have done, you have about 50 miles to go. So 50 miles on horseback. Yeah, you could probably get there today. It's going to be a long trip if you do that, and I did say you guys are starting at noon, so you'd be getting there at dusk. But that's the vibe. They got 50 miles to travel here. How do you guys set out? And what's the riding order look like here?
Milo's feeling pretty motivated, so he might actually be out front this time.
Ooh, nice.
Unless if somebody stops him. Then we're gonna have to go fisticuffs.
How about my moorbounder just outruns you? Because
Yeah, that's possible. Never mind that.
I feel like I should be the scout. I have a more agile mount, so
Milo
That's
sets
okay.
out with such determination, and then gets a little bit depressed when he gets passed up by Angus.
He just thinks to himself, I can fly faster than that thing.
Man, I thought it was so cool too. Man, I was out here.
unless you really want to be out front.
Hey, man, let the beast run.
Fair enough. And you just see a little dwarf bouncing on the back of a fucking moorbounder. Yee.
Okay. So you guys
I'll,
set out. Oh, no, go ahead,
I'll-
please.
Oh, I was gonna say I'll radio back if I see anything. You know, not too far. I should still be within eyesight of you guys, but
Speaking of which, can we retcon a ritual cast of the bond?
Yeah, that's fine.
Telepathic
I
bond?
wouldn't even say you need to retcon it. That's where we're at still. Let's figure
Hell
those
yeah.
things
We're gonna
out.
begin to cast a ritual cast of telepathic bond then?
So the party gets on their horses, goats, moorbounder, and heads out with Angus taking the lead. Milo that's taking the lead from there. We'll say Angus is scouting ahead, and Milo's
Mhm.
taking the lead of the
Yeah.
main group.
I got the second lead.
Can I do something before Angus takes off into the front?
I think so. Yeah, that's fine. We're still in that frame of time.
Okay. How? Well, actually, approximately like how long would it take us to get there?
You know, that's a good question. Specifically, let's talk. You guys want to talk specifics?
Let's talk specifics.
You're leaving in the afternoon. I did say that specifically. In order for some of the things to happen, in order to get that snakeskin glove, you guys are leaving about noon. A long day, a fit horse and rider could potentially travel 50 miles on horseback in a long day, but it would require careful planning and preparation, including conditioning the horse and rider. So here's what I'll say. I'll say you guys could get there before midnight, but not much before if you're leaving now. So it'll take about 10-ish hours of travel.
Damn. Okay, disregard what I was gonna do.
Shit.
Disregard all the specifics.
I honestly think we should stop before we get there. I mean,
I would agree.
I agree with Varric.
I don't want
I
to.
wouldn't mind taking a look around before we do anything.
Yeah.
So honestly, do you guys want to maybe? I don't know. I don't want to take it slow, but I also don't want to I don't want to get seen.
So maybe
You guys just want to roll.
I don't know. Maybe we go like halfway, and then chill for a little bit.
I say we get like 2 hours
'cause-
out.
Because we don't want to get to this situation and it's dark and we don't know what's going on.
I cannot see in the dark.
Fuck.
See?
All right. Well, I guess we're just riding until it gets dark.
Okay, yeah, that's a valid thing too.
So does the night crew? Does the trash crew only work during the daytime, or?
The what now?
I mean, does the trash crew only ever work during the day?
I don't know. I wasn't a part of the trash crew.
Oh, now I got even more
my
questions.
God.
Jesus Christ! I mean, primes. What is with this guy? All right.
Cool. All right. So
But mechanically, if we went stealthily, would we half pace that?
yeah, basically, yeah, slow. Or it'd be a slow pace.
We don't
Wouldn't
have to go
necessarily
stealthily
half
now.
pace, but it'd be a slower pace. Yeah, if you guys were trying to go stealthily, then we're looking at like getting there the next morning.
Does that sound like a good deal? We could stop halfway, or
Yeah.
a little bit before and stage.
I feel like they're gonna be staged.
Oh, they're going to be ready for us. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know
I figure
how
if we could
well
take a
we're
look
able
and do a little bit of staging our own, it might be beneficial.
Yeah, I think we should just stop halfway, and this is more of a morning thing.
All right. Well then, we're gonna officially say that you guys set out into the forest now.
Mhm.
It's quiet. The farther north you go, the colder it gets as well. The snow crunches differently under hooves or paws of the moorbounder, although they're very light-footed, so you wouldn't hear much snow under their feet. And you can see the breath of all the animals as you're riding them with how cold it is. It's almost like heavy little fog clouds that disappear as you walk by. And you guys get about halfway and stop. And gets to be dark, gets to be nightfall. What are you guys doing when you stop here? Is it like full rest situation, or what's the intent?
I mean,
Because if we don't do a long rest, we're going to start to incur exhaustion. Correct?
Yeah, for going this far. Yeah, for if you're going overnight. Yeah.
So
well,
we're
then
gonna have to.
I guess that's our option.
You guys don't have Breck to push through while you're all riding in the back anymore.
Mhm.
Yeah, thanks.
Oh man, yeah.
Thanks, Brick.
Not again.
So you guys are stopping and resting here in the woods.
Yes. Milo, do that thingy.
Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and ritual cast alarm around the horses.
Okay.
And then I'll set up a tiny hut.
Milo, while you were setting up the alarm, roll me wisdom saving throw.
Nice. 13.
Okay.
Take 70 points of psychic damage.
You finish your alarm.
Now I'm really wishing I had Private Sanctum.
Is it just like just forest? There's like nothing, no other defining features or anything.
Yeah, it's just wild forest out here.
Okay.
Anybody do anything else, or everybody resting, or is anybody gonna take watch? What's the plan there?
I'll definitely be taking watch.
I am going to sit in a corner and read my book.
Okay. Not necessarily a corner, but there's plenty of trees that you can.
In the
sit
tiny
at.
hut, yeah? Are we in the tiny
Oh
hut?
yeah. Sorry, in the tiny hut. Not really a
Cool.
corner in the tiny hut, but yeah, there's a little. You get a little edge of the hut.
He reads? Yes, ma'am.
At this point, man, it's not even surprising.
There's nothing on the pages.
Oh no!
Every so often, you guys will just hear the turn of a page. It's a really cool looking book, too. It's like ornate.
It's just blank on the inside.
Yeah.
Milo, while everybody's sitting and watching Ash, just flip the pages. You hear a voice in your head. Your value to the Great Mother. Could be argued. The number of people that you choose to live after she returns to this world. Let's negotiate, Milo. Okay.
Is that sending?
Mhm.
You're gonna burn for what you did to Breck. And I would think that anybody like sitting around Milo would start to feel that heat that happens when he gets a little bit stressed out.
A little warm inside the tiny hut for a minute.
Is sending all in your head, or do you actually have to say the words?
I think we've ruled it in the past that people are saying it out loud when you do sending specifically. Message. Nope, I lied. Hold on. Well, for what you say, you send a short message of 25 words less to a creature with which you are familiar. The creature hears the message in its mind, recognizes you as the sender if it knows you.
But you have to say it out loud.
That's how we've ruled it in the past, generally.
So I just heard Milo say this.
I would think so, yeah. Unless,
And
Milo, you're trying to like say it under your breath or anything.
I don't think he would actually hide it in the moment.
Okay.
And you would see that correlate with the purple and the heat.
I am going to use Detect Magic. Just have a little gander around us.
The tiny hut is glowing like a purple, but it's like licking up like flames. And Milo just has a very powerful aura about him. You would see a lot of magical items, bunch of magical items.
Do I see anything outside of the hut?
That's magic?
Yes. Like, for instance, are we being watched?
Nothing that you see currently. Yeah, nothing you see currently.
It'll last for 10 minutes. So yeah, I would say I'm on watch. I'll just keep on looking.
Is my book magic, Josh?
Oh yeah, you would see Ash's book is quite the glow to it.
The empty book is magical.
Yeah.
Hey, bud. What kind of book you got there?
I don't know. As I flip another page.
Hey, Josh, what school of magic do I see?
Ooh, really good question. All of them.
Oh, wow. Do I get the sense that this is somebody's spellbook?
Roll an Arcana check.
Oh, God. Hope this +2 comes in handy. Oh, 18.
18. It is a spell book. You don't really see any defining features on it that would mean it is somebody's spell book, but I mean, generally, like you'd have to imagine, yeah, it's somebody's spell book. Sure, this is a mamma jamma, but no identifying features. It is a spell book. That's what it seems like.
Hey, Ash, you mind if I take a peek at that?
I'm reading this.
May I read over your shoulder?
Yeah.
I would like to look at the pages as he's turning them.
Mm-hmm. And you still have Detect Magic up, right?
Yes, it'll last for 10 minutes.
I would say that each time the page turns, it is like a different school of magic that the page glows as, but they're blank.
Where'd you get this book?
I found it. In the same place I found these. And then he starts like showing you all this stuff.
Oh, no. It's the stuff magical too.
My spear, yeah.
Okay.
My cloak, the stone floating around my head.
Yeah, I mean, if you look at the book, like the actual physical description of the book it's very nice, like gilt edge pages. There's it's got like metal edges around the cover. There are two chains that wrap around from the back to the front with latches that come up over, and like a small padlock. They're open right now, but the small padlocks to keep it closed, keep it safe. It's like a crimson cover where the metal is like inlaid with gems of different sizes and varieties. It is, I mean, man, I've never seen a spellbook this nice. Flips to another page. Nothing on it.
This next part's my favorite part.
Get out.
God damn it.
All right, I don't think this has been discussed, but Ash, let's say hypothetically we got into a fight. What do you do?
Well, I throw this, and he points to his spear. I stab with this, and he points to the spear.
So you don't use the book.
No, books are for reading.
Okay. Yeah, I'll let Milo handle that. I'm going back to watch. Is Milo still on fire?
I'll leave that up to Milo how long that state lasts.
He probably would have kind of calmed down by now.
Maybe after hearing our
But
conversation.
you can still tell that he's a little bit pissed off. Yeah, very distracting.
You look like you can use the
Ekimos.
distraction. Go look at that book over there.
The one that Ash has been reading.
Yeah, the one that's magical and has nothing on it.
Yeah, no, I'm gonna go take a look at that.
Yeah, see previous description.
Definitely,
But yeah,
that's
very
definitely
nice.
something I'm interested in.
Yeah.
I am curious about that, but I will have to check it later. I'm gonna go over and wake Ekimos up real quick. Or if he's sleeping, I don't know. Ekimos.
What?
Hey man, hey.
Hmm.
About that ring of spell storing, you still got it on you?
Yeah. He'll reach in and give it back to him.
Do you want to use it, or can I have it?
Yeah, here, no, yeah, take it. It's too complicated, man. Just here you go.
Okay, yeah. Are you full up on the items like that? Magic items?
Yeah, yeah, I am.
Okay. And then I'm going to attune to a spell, a ring of spell storing.
Okay. All right. Anything else you guys are doing, or just resting from here?
Sounds like just resting.
Yeah, nothing for me.
All right.
Yeah, I'm set for now.
Yeah, you guys can mark a long rest, change spells if you can change spells. Everybody wakes up feeling tense. The tiny head drops. The sun is fully in the sky today. No clouds to block it. And as the heat hits the snow and the trees, some of it warms up, and you start to see steam coming off of it. As you get the horses, the goats, and the moorbounder ready, you guys continue the rest of your, not the rest of your journey, but another portion. How far do you guys want to get from here? We'll say you're halfway. It's morning. By afternoon, you can get 3/4 of the way. Or by noon, let's say you can get 3/4 of the way. Where would you like to stop?
What do you think, Barrett?
Are we trying to get a majority of the way there and just kind of have a little peek at what we're dealing with?
Yeah, I think so. I wouldn't mind just getting some eyes on where they're at. I think they know we're coming.
Oh yeah.
How far out did you say we were, Josh?
3/4 of the way is how far you've gone. So a quick bit of math would say about 12 miles out from the coast. You can smell the ocean air.
So within, let's say a spell lasts 8 hours.
If you cast a spell now and you went straight through, then when you went there, there'd still be some time on it. Sure.
Okay. Well, while we have a moment, then, I would like to go over to Alivor, cast a new spell I got. I will walk up to him and say, "Hey, we get into a fight today. Try not to die." And I will tap him on the shoulder and will burn a 4th level slot to cast Death Ward.
Ooh.
And I even got the flavor for it. So as he does it, I think what Alivor sees, well, it could be anyone who's just like looking in our direction, but it's very quick. They'll tap you on the shoulder, and then you will see the visage or like an illusion of a young girl with light blue skin and white hair, kind of like drift down towards you and like basically like caress you or like give you a hug.
Oh, he was scared at first, but now he's okay.
Yeah.
That was fuck, but
So that's the Moonweaver.
Oh.
Yeah, it says she's most often painted as a young girl with light blue skin and white hair. Her body and her limbs merely wavy silk strands of silver moonlight that caress and create the edges of her shadows around her.
I'm not gonna lie, that was creepy as fuck at first, but it's okay now.
Metagame wise, so you understand how it works.
Yep, I'm gonna need
The first time the target would drop to 0 hit points as a result of taking damage, the target instead drops to 1 hit point and the spell ends. If the spell is still in effect when the target is subject to an effect that would kill it instantaneously without dealing damage, the effect is instead negated against the target and the spell ends.
Oh.
Lasts
Perfect.
for
Now
8 hours.
Now I can be even more reckless.
Sure.
Let's charge.
Yeah, he got the point.
Yeah. No game plan necessary. Let's run in, boys. I'll lead the way.
Milo, roll me a wisdom saving.
Oh.
You got it, sir. Oh man, it's a nat 1.
That man's all in your head.
Ooh.
I am now possessed.
Milo, you hear Dragon's voice inside of your head. When you get to the edges of our army, let them know who you are. They'll roll out the red carpet. Stand aside.
Same reaction, but no response.
Continue the rest of the way.
Hey guys, apparently his army is with us, or with him.
Oh.
Apparently we're supposed to say we're the ones that he's expecting, and they're going to step aside for us.
Yeah, that would have been real nice to, no. I mean, we
Yes.
know now. Yes. Oh, great. All right, Varric, you take the 400 on the right. The rest of us will take the 400 on the left. Be good.
DM, tell me if I'm wrong here. Does that kind of mean that... All right, so I saw them up against the cliffs, right? I'm kind of getting a sense that maybe their butt is up against the cliffs and an army between us and them.
I mean, yeah, if you're going off what he just said and then trying to visualize it, yeah. Your perspective when you were scrying was on the beach right there, not in the area surrounding.
Okay.
How big are these cliffs?
What do I know? Do I know of like anywhere else to go from up there? Are they running themselves into a dead end?
No. Yeah, I'm not gonna make you roll for it or like put together anything here. But where you're going to is straight shot north to the where the Avatar is currently.
Oh, gross. Okay.
Yeah, I mean this is back to where this is probably the closest to the island where they were, where the forces came from.
I was gonna say, let's come up from this cliffside that we saw. Let's do a submarine move.
I do not need to breathe underwater.
Dude, this guy, he's got everything.
Yeah.
Anybody? I mean, we could roll right in like he's asking. We could go walk up and talk to the man or the Dragonborn. I don't know how long that's going to last. I have a feeling that I'm probably going to want to...
When is the last time you scried on this individual?
Before we left, I think.
Are they even still there?
He's been sending me messages. I have a great feeling that he's still there. He knows we're coming. I can definitely do it again.
No. I think they're too cocky to pull any fast moves. They think they have us right where they want us, and I say we use that against them.
You got more to that?
More to that? What do you mean?
How?
Well, they think that we're just going to stroll in and, they're going to be like, give us this. And then we're going to be like, oh, please, sir, here you go. Give us our friend back. And then we use that and we just smack them right in the face. But I don't know how big this army is. And if we start fighting them, is the army going to stab us in the back? But then that goes back to, I think they're too cocky they think they can take us because they technically beat us already.
I don't like any of this. I feel like we're being lured.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
That was no orc horn.
Yes, I love it. guys move forward?
Honestly, gentlemen, I don't see the point in trying to subvert anything. I think any way we were going,
Yeah.
we're going to end in the same way. I'm more of the lines of just riding right up there, and
Well, maybe we can.
I hate that.
Maybe we can actually strike a deal with it. I mean, they're not getting the pick, but maybe we can make them think they'll get the pick. I don't know.
Eric, Graham, what do you guys think?
I don't know. I kind of just want to go in there and slit their throat next, dude. Honestly, I feel like
Yes.
we're playing into whatever game they're playing anyway, regardless of where we go. We're going into their turf. We're kind of already out maneuvered in some way here. We could try to lure them out, but honestly, I don't know. We could try, and they really want the pick that bad. Obviously, we don't give it to them, but we could pretend we're entertaining the idea.
See how far we can
Yeah,
hold that thread, maybe.
sure.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, I just want to kill them.
That's how this ends, right?
Yeah.
Let's go talk to him. Let's go tell him that.
Sick.
Ooh, I like it.
Miss E. Amber Fury,
Yes.
go all out, man.
I have to be the stout dwarf now. I can tell you right now. I'm gonna get a hit a lot more than Breck does, but
I'm just saying, you know how this conversation's gonna end. So
I'm
this is a no holds bar. This is a no holds barred.
No holds barred. You know what? Just for that, say
That's all. Just
all right. Well, boys, I think
Wow.
we've got it.
If you guys got anything to prepare before we get there, I would suggest to do that.
agreed.
I just start flipping through the pages of my book.
God damn it.
All right, man, give me the book. Let me see.
Well, hold on,
Apparently
you
there's
gotta
no
ask.
words
That's
in it.
rude.
You're right. That is rude. How about I trade you for a second?
What do you got?
Check this one out. And I open it, and still seen.
Does that book have words?
It does have words.
Oh,
and
he's
pictures.
just ecstatic to
Now
see
to add
the book with
drawings
words.
too. This one explains how to bring up a wall of force.
But can yours do this? And he flips through it, and you see that the pages are infinite. He just keeps flipping.
What the fuck?
Angus, man, I've never seen that before.
That
Mind is.
I was gonna say that looks like something right up your alley. Give him
No.
the picture book. Trade him the
My-
picture book.
Mine can't do that at all. I apologize for being so rude. May I please take a look at your book, sir?
Yes. Yes, you may.
Also, this is Blot. We'll hang out with Ash for a little while.
Well, just like flubber flits around you.
He's just like smacking the spots where Blot was at, like originally.
Can I take some time and take a look at this book, guys?
Oh, can you do it while we walk?
I don't know.
Oh,
Hey, it's up to you guys.
What
Leave it
time
up
of
to
day
the-
is it?
Leave it up to the party.
Morning-ish.
Might be better to get there about after lunch, anyways. You know, have some brunch, then go fight.
I'm gonna take that out of my inventory. Kevin, you can add the Grimoire Infinitus to your inventory.
Oh, it's an actual item. Oh shit. Okay.
Wait, hold up.
Wait a minute.
Josh, do you remember
More
if that's one of the
infin-
ones I found out about? I have to find my fucking.
I
Oh,
believe
I have
this
to-
book was written by my creator, but I do not know. I do not know who my creator was. I don't believe my creator finished. As he's like smacking his stomach trying to hit the book.
Oh shit. This thing is gorgeous. It's heavy as shit. I feel like it's a weapon unto its own.
Give me a second.
Yeah, I don't actually care what you guys think. And
He
pops
just
down on
starts,
the
yeah.
ground and begins the ritual
And
cast. Yeah.
That's what I figured.
He's gonna go for identify.
And that is, you can add Dormant Grimoire Infinitus to your inventory after you identify.
How are you supposed to read a book with no words on it?
I found it. It is one of the ones I know. That, my friend, he said the name out loud, correct?
Yeah.
That,
Oh,
my
I
friend.
don't. No, never mind. I don't think he did.
Did he not?
No, I would have
Yeah.
just handed it to him. Yeah.
Oh, okay,
Would I have
never
known
mind.
what the
Me,
book was called,
yeah.
Josh?
No.
Yeah, yeah.
Oh,
for
I
sure.
thought he did. Okay, never mind.
Ash just grabbed a book.
No,
that was
this
up
would have
there.
been, yeah, this wouldn't have been, yeah. Not like it's a well-known thing for him. A collected thing.
Holy shit.
I will sit and wait then.
Okay, I guess I'm gonna sit and twiddle my thumbs while we wait for you guys to look at your book.
Not only that, my man. I think that I might have to. Do I have to attune this as well?
I believe it is, yeah.
Yeah. Let me see real quick.
Man just found unlimited power.
Unlimited power. Yeah, I'd like to immediately attune to it as well. You guys don't mind taking an hour? I think this.
Does
would
that mean
benefit
I
a
get
lot
to
of,
keep this as he holds his hand out and blots in his hands?
You stay with the group, and he'll end up being your friend as much as I will.
He's gonna put blot back on his shoulder.
Besties.
Was it something good, Milo?
Oh man, I think this is better than good, Varric. I gotta find out who wrote this. If we survive that long.
Do you learn something's name when you do identify?
Mhm.
Or is it just like you just have an item?
I think you do. I would say
Name,
you
right?
do, especially for a named thing.
The Grimoire Infinitus. That's the name of this item.
And yes, then
And it
since
is.
its name is out there, I would definitely turn my head and be like, Milo, you are holding a vestige of divergence.
Shit, this is one of the things we've been after.
Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
It's just a book.
Don't worry about it. It's just a book.
I think my creator wrote it, but I do not know.
Who's your creator?
I don't know.
We're gonna have to find
I
out.
found this in their things though.
Where did you find it?
On Zydel.
But you said you found it in their things. Who's they?
I don't know. He starts like getting really frustrated. Starts slamming his head. I don't know.
Okay.
I don't know. I don't know.
Oh god, I broke him. Never mind. It's okay, buddy. We'll figure it out. We'll find your creator.
What was the message you played when we first ran into you?
Okay, well, let me pull it back up.
Yeah.
He's gonna open his mouth.
Oh no, not again.
The Creator Hammer has been destroyed. The gods have caused chaos and death to us from within the city. All remaining Aeorians not in Aeor should flee and take shelter anywhere they think the gods' eyes do not reach. There are no defenses left. Somehow the Obtenebrator engine failed. Seek out survivors from Aeor. They may hold the knowledge to help the future destroy the tyrants.
The Creator Hammer.
He repeats it when you say that.
Josh, do I need to roll for that?
I don't know that there's anything that would tell you what that is. I don't think you could roll for it and succeed.
I would.
Unless you have any reason you think Varric would know something so specific.
Very. I guess what I would think it is based off what I'm hearing, and like the context of what he was saying. Maybe it's a god, and there is a god associated with hammers.
Like what you would put it together as?
Yeah, that maybe he's talking about. God, what's his name?
Moradin.
Morden.
Moradin. Yeah, potentially. Yeah, potentially. I would say though that like figuring out a specific, you've never heard of a creator hammer before. I guess what is where I'd be at with that. But you would know of the All Hammer, sure. Yeah. Absolutely.
Okay.
You don't need to roll to know about the All Hammer.
Okay. Yeah. Ash, do you know who Moradin is?
I think so. Yes.
Ash, you would know. Yeah,
Yeah.
you would know that they are a god and have your own feelings about that.
Yes, I do.
Is that your creator?
I don't know.
Alrighty then. TBD.
While I'm attuning to that book, I would say I got to take off the ring that I just got from Ekamos. And since he doesn't want it back, I have a ring here that's got greater invisibility loaded into it. Does anybody want that? I'm about to attune to this book for about an hour, so.
Do we have to attune to the ring?
You have to attune to the ring, yes, but I can load 5 levels worth of spells into this thing. So, or anybody else can too. And I have quite the utility belt of spells, my man.
I want it.
Ash, you're mine. There you go, dude. And he like flips it over to him. If you want anything else in there, just let me know.
He just pushes the little pouch on his side that he kept his rock in, and he puts it in there.
Damn. Oh, all right.
God damn it. It's gone.
Well, you guys know where it is. Ash, don't eat that.
Ash, you can put it on your finger if you want, buddy. Only if you want, though. I don't want to tell you how to live your...
With Zavarius telling him to do it, he'll put it on his finger.
Oh.
Pulls it back out, puts it on his finger.
How does it feel?
I can attune to it.
Do you like the way it looks?
Yes.
Are you just saying yes because I'm asking you, or do you really mean it?
Yes.
Okay. Well, we'll get there.
That's a ring of spell storing?
Yeah.
Okay.
It has currently greater invisibility. And if you want to know how to attune to things like that, you can come sit next to me and I'll show you.
He will do that.
Okay. So I hear we're pushing forward now then. Alright. So the party moves forward the hour, 2 hours. Until finally, through the slits of light coming through the trees, you can see the edge of what looks like a group here. You're still in the trees, but this seems to be the edge of whatever area the Dragonborn take up. We'll say a few hundred feet away. You can see just nothing specific, just figures. You can see through the trees that there are likely dozens of people just hundreds of feet away. How do you proceed?
I'm going to use my new spell and go invisible.
Cool. Ash disappears.
Oh fuck.
Is that regular or greater?
I think that's greater. You might want to check the duration on that before you make any moves.
Yeah.
I think it's a minute.
Yeah.
Look, man,
Oh no.
I'm telling you guys, I'm rocking a 7 intelligence, bro.
He did what he did, man. He did what he did.
Oh, no.
What?
So we're just leading an invisible goat now, guys. Or a unloaded goat.
Can invisible people see each other?
No.
Oh.
Are you guys
Alright.
moving forward on mounts also, I guess I should ask.
I guess we
I mean,
could.
yeah, let's take them all the way up to
I'm-
the main party.
Oh,
yeah.
I was fine
I'm
leaving,
not.
honestly.
Yeah, I'm not.
Okay.
No, I'm
I
cutting
can
Calypso
run as fast as the
loose.
goat does.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, I'm gonna cut Calypso loose. I don't want her in battle.
Okay.
She's squishy.
Alright. So we walk in. Everybody
Yes.
gets off and starts walking. We're just walking forward?
Uh,
Unless I hear anything else, I'm just going to assume walking forward.
Can you describe what we're looking at again?
So you guys are in a forest. There's just trees, right? You just see trees as if you're walking through uncharted, not uncharted, but like forest that doesn't have any clearing or anything. A few hundred feet away, you can see enough figures through the breaks of the tree, like through, see through the trees that are here in the forest, that there are dozens of figures beyond that. This looks to be the edge of the line where there are Dragonborn beyond.
What do you think, gentlemen?
there's no paths, so I mean, I don't think we have an option to. They're expecting us, right?
They are expecting us.
What was like the secret password again to get through?
Yeah, he told us he's gonna roll out the carpet for us.
They know we're coming.
All right, well.
You guys move forward.
All right, let's do this. Oh,
200 feet, 300 feet. Ash is visible again.
No.
He just keeps walking like he's still invisible. Like he's just gonna keep going.
If I move slow enough.
And finally, you get to a point where you can see 30 to 40 Dragonborn, a line of them. armored, weapons stowed, but all staring at you. And for the next 5 to 10 seconds, you see as right straight dead ahead from where you're standing across from them, they begin to split open 5 to 10 feet, allowing you to walk through.
I look over at Zavarius, go, how the hell did they see me?
Say, Quite the
Milo
welcome
starts
party.
heading down the alley.
Okay.
Milo's got his game face on,
I'll be right behind Milo.
angry.
As the party walks forward, dragonborn eyes follow the 6 of you. Maybe 60 seconds after walking through, you get to an area where it's just a little bit clearer and just see dragonborn as far as the eye can see. Another minute later, overhead, a red dragon flies above you.
Sick.
Continue moving through the trees. Another 5 minutes. This is all of the dragonborn silently stare at you. Another dragon above.
Oh.
This one moving slower. You hear it roar over the trees. Another 5 minutes and you crest a small dune and see the ocean now. Smell the salty air. You can even feel a bit of mist. But there's still more of this dragonborn army to walk by.
Oh.
And you make the final descent down towards the beach. And finally their ranks end. And you see a handful of figures on the beach, waiting. Walking towards you now. What do you guys do?
I would say I just continue to walk and meet him. Honestly, we want to put as much distance between me and that army as possible. What do you think, guys?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's what we came here for, so.
As they move closer, you move closer to them. But a good 100 to 150 feet between you and the edge of the army to get to them. But right as they are making the last 20 feet, flanking either side of them, flying in and landing on the ground, a green dragon and a black dragon,
Jesus.
one on each side, land on the ground.
How many dragons is that now? Is Alvor counting on his
2
fingers?
that are in front of you
1,
right now,
2.
yeah. The others now framed. The other 5 figures here framed by these 2 dragons stand as the figure who identified himself as Dragon walks forward, a smile on his face. You decided to take us up on our offer. I'm so delighted. A little destruction was all it took to persuade you to our way of thinking. I always prefer the scalpel to the sword.
We are bonded, right? Telepathically.
Yes.
Over those communication paths, Milo is going to say, kind of an update to the plan, guys. I'm thinking we try and grab Rex's body and get out of here as fast as possible, but I don't know how to do that.
I don't think they can see me. I can sneak around.
No. Totally visible to everybody. We have been for a while. Yeah. In fact, that guy over there is making direct eye contact with you.
What? No, he's looking through me.
No.
It's okay, Ash. Just hang tight. We'll let you know when to do something, okay?
Okay.
Can I look around for Rex's body? Did we see that?
Go ahead and roll a perception check.
$18?
You don't see anything from here? Not where you're standing currently?
I don't see him.
Let's just keep talking then. See what they want. Let's try and push them to show us where Breck is, and then we'll try and get out of here quick.
Came for a reason. Where is he?
You know our terms. You show us the pick. We'll show you the dwarf.
I don't want to bring that here, gentlemen. What do we do?
They think they hold the cards, but they don't. They need to pick more. We're not budging.
I mean,
Even
do
if
we even,
they
do we
want to
have to
try and
pick?
kill us right now, which they probably can, they're still not getting the pick.
yeah, we don't even have to pick, do we?
It's on another dimension, but it's kind of here.
Fuck.
Army, Milo says, with an army at my back, show me my friend, Bisha, before I show you the pick. You can understand my distrust.
Roll me a persuasion check. The dice help with this part. There's rules in place for this. Yeah, roll me a persuasion check.
Lucky 13.
You do have a dragon's wit, don't you? But I think you lack the ferocity. Pull out the pick and set it at my feet. We will give you your friend's body. Hell, we'll use our magic to resurrect him.
I would like to subtle cast detect magic.
Ooh.
Range is
30 feet.
And you guys are pretty close to the group, the total group there. Varric with a subtle cast, very important for not just rolling an initiator. You can see there is illusion magic behind the mage, in between the mage and the big dragon. Not the dragons, but of the group of 5 of this kind of rival group. The big guy. In front of him, behind the mage, there's a bit of illusion magic that you can tell is there.
It's in that spot, or it's being cast from that spot?
It's in that spot. I would say that you see a bit of illusion magic. Yeah, there.
I guess then what is the illusion? I would be able to tell like what is out of place, right? Or what I'm seeing.
I think you just get a glow of like detect magic doesn't see through the
Yeah. I'm saying what is the illusion then? If I know there's illusion magic there, like what is that? What am I seeing in that spot?
Oh, I see what you're saying. I gotcha. It just looks like ground there. It just looks like ground.
So it's on the ground.
Yes, yeah.
Okay. And then I will say in my head, I'll just describe what I see in my head so everybody is aware that he's probably on the ground right there.
There is a variety of other things I should say as well. Magic weapons,
Yeah.
components. There is a variety of other things. It's rather than having, I know what you guys are looking for. That makes sense for what you're bringing the resource for on my end. Yeah.
Can I? How far is the army from us, behind us?
I said about 100 to 150 feet behind you.
Okay, never mind. I was gonna see if they were an illusion.
How far away was the spot from us that Varric was talking about?
Just within the 30-foot range, I would say. You guys are staring down these 5 rival dragons and the 2 dragons to the side of them. I would say that dragon, capital D, is about 10 feet away from you guys in front of you. The others are about 10 to 15 feet behind him, in a line behind that. You've seen a dragon's cone of fire before, or whatever thing they spout. These 2 dragons, you're in there, Ko.
Angus, stall.
Oh, okay. I got you. That's quite big talk for people with an army and 2 dragons behind them.
He says, yes, it is.
Oh. Makes one think if you'd have that same ferocity on your own without your crutch.
Ah! The dwarf calls an army a crutch, and not a sword. Well then, what do you wish? A duel then? And he reaches to his sword hilt. Would you like to take me on the life, or rather the death, the corpse of your friend?
Oh. If I agree to this duel, what are the terms?
You and I, singular combat.
Mm-hmm.
This is
We each-
dragon speaking.
Yeah.
Mhm.
We each choose a weapon. You lose, we get the pick. You win. You walk away with your friend's corpse.
Oh, I will move Alavor to the side.
If I can use magic, I say in our telepathic link, if I can use magic, I can take this sumbitch.
be
I
honest,
mean,
don't know
he
if I
can't
would
kill
do.
me, you know. I mean, he can kill me,
No,
but
he can definitely still kill you.
then what the hell did you do to me? I thought you
It
were
gives
supposed to
you
help
a
me.
one time you don't immediately drop. You would still be at 1 hit point. So the next hit you're down.
This man's confidence just dropped so hard.
Yeah, he was like, "Oh, I totally misunderstood."
No,
but that's
He thought he was going into this fight invincible.
Thought he was invincible.
listen, I still think I can take him if I can use my magic.
I mean,
I'm still gonna
you
push
could
him to the side.
pretend. Yeah, you
Okay.
could pretend to be like, all right, cool deal. Show me the fucking body. We snag him and then dip.
No, I know where the body is,
Uh,
but they don't know we know where the body is.
yeah, we don't need to show that card yet.
I'll tell Dragon if you're gonna fight anyone, it's gonna be me.
Oh,
I would also like to throw my name into that.
You're okay.
no, Ash, no, Ash.
You're okay, Ash.
You're okay. Just
There's no background information. You're just like, yeah, fuck it, I'll fight. Who is this?
I know nothing about a dwarf, but I don't like this dragon.
I am willing to let this fight go to Varric or Ash, but I honestly wouldn't mind throwing my name into the hat either. I want to see this guy burn.
So eager to fight. Are you all dragon-blooded then?
I'm a robot.
Oh no!
He just kind of cocks his head a little. Huh. That one's new. He's new, right?
yes.
I mean, technically no,
Well,
but yes.
if we're going chronologically, then no, but
Well, if all of you are so eager to fight then, perhaps we make this an equal chance to die. 6 of you, 6 of us. 1-on-1.
absolutely.
I can fight our dwarf friend here still, and we can find combat partners for the rest of you easily enough. The majority of the wins gets the prize.
Can I not count or can Dragon not count? Because I show 5.
Are you still considering Ekamos?
Ekamos is with us.
We'll find a 6th member for
Okay.
your new robot friend.
Okay. So I feel like that's pretty doable, guys.
I really don't want to. I just don't want to humor this guy at all, dude. Honestly.
No.
No, I'm gonna humor him with
This.
this fucking stabbing him right in his throat, Nick. That's what the humor is.
So
I'm
if
not gonna
Varric
do this
fights him-
whole game though.
If Varric fights him, it would set us up very nicely just to grab the body and teleport out of here.
That's what I'm
Maybe
down for.
might give us the interest or the opportunity to do that. If we all fight, it might still do that, but then fuck, I don't know. I say Varric, do your thing. That's my vote. Just make him hurt.
That I can do.
Ooh.
I'll try and get in position to grab the body, grab everybody else, and teleport out.
Yeah, I'll just tell Dragon, let's quit with the game show. It's you and I. It's muted. Shit.
He says, he says, "Ah, well, I believe the challenge came from our musically inclined dwarf friend."
Dude, shut up and fight me.
Yeah, hurry up, pussy.
Why are we talking?
To the death, then.
I've been saying that.
I've been saying that.
I've been standing on business.
Josh is gonna kill all of us.
I'm 10 toes down, bro. I'm right here.
I literally told you guys you're in the cone of the dragon fight.
Yeah, we
Literally
know. We
standing
know.
in the cone of the dragon fight.
This is top tier D&D. We can all
Russian
die.
roulette, gentlemen.
This is
Spin
time
that
to crack
cylinder.
all the jokes we can.
He said, I've been. He said 10 toes down.
And what assurances do we have that the pick will be ours once you die?
As you're saying this, I'm just like practicing like my swing.
Hey. So confident. What are our assurances that you'll give us our body? We don't even see him.
And there is no pick.
You know I have it.
And you know we have him.
Oh.
Yeah, you got me on that one, guys. I'm sorry.
Yeah, I was gonna say sorry. Guys. Yeah, sorry, guys. He's got me.
Dang, this guy's good.
Damn, he was so quick.
Better just kill him already.
I think as part of this arrangement, if there are no assurances being offered, then we let our mages take anything that might lead to a quick exit from your group. Keep things on the up and up. Make sure all terms are being kept. We'll stay and fight if you stay and fight.
If you're taking things from us, then we want to take things from you. I want your sword.
Roll a persuasion check.
Oh God.
$12.
12.
I have a +6 on that. That sucks.
Damn.
Says, my sword will be needed to kill your friend.
Then give me your armor.
No, that
He's just gonna keep going.
that will be needed as well.
I don't understand how this game works.
One of the no, that one's dead. I would say the one who kind of is a little more crouched around. He's got wings, but he's the assassin one. He takes out a dagger and just throws it on the ground and kind of over from where he's standing. There, will that work?
No, I want
no.
one of your teeth.
Did you just say teeth?
One of the big dragons just growls.
I'm failing to understand how this game works.
Just
Where's the body? And I'll put the pick next to it. How about that? Or we move them to a more trophy-like position. If this is going to be a fight to the death. That way we can see our prize.
Perhaps a spell to keep them in place. Both of them will be safe.
I don't care if you want to cast removing spells, but nobody's placing spells onto these rewards while the fight is happening. Not from either side. If you want to try and clear the magical air, so to speak, that's fine. I consider that fair. but nobody's gonna bind it to the ground until the end of the fight. I don't trust your people to do that. You obviously don't trust us to do the same.
Well then, it seems there is a healthy sense of both trust and mistrust here today. So, let us do this. One of us will stand at the edge of the area of the fight, holding the body of Breck. One of you will stand 15 feet away, holding the pick. We will each have a chance to have our magic users verify that this is the real version and there are no spells or illusions being cast to create a deception. Once they are verified, the fight can begin.
Guys, I think that's about as fair as we're gonna get right there.
Deal. Milo reaches into his pocket and grabs the little chest replica.
Okay.
And begins to walk over to wherever their individual, I assume somebody's rummaging. I'm gonna follow suit.
Yeah, the real big one. Big, I mean, we're talking like 13, 14 feet tall. You see walks over to the area that they were kind of indicating. And they're big enough that they kind of kneel down and seem like they're almost uncurling their arm. They were holding it in a way that almost looked like it was natural, but they kind of after picking up over in the other spot, lay down in this invisible area, what we know as Brett's body. And we'll say from where the group is now, it's probably about 100 feet away. Milo, from you, they're about 15 feet, and they're watching as you get into the chest.
Ash, come here, buddy.
Yes.
I'm
Let's walk
going
over.
to telekinetically pull the pick out, and I'm going to rest it in Ash's hands. You're going to hold this while he fights. You don't let anybody have this
put
while
it in
that
my
fight
chest.
is going. Don't eat it. I don't think you're going to be able to eat it.
Put it in my chest.
You
All right,
try,
let's
and
just see how this happens.
or whatever the process is, and it just doesn't. It's not breaking down at all.
All right, you get that out of your system. Did it taste good?
No.
If you just
So
stand here,
depressed.
I'll get you some really nice trash, like cheese rind level trash.
Okay. I'll stand here.
Don't let anybody have this
Okay.
until I come back, or Varric, or any of the other Grim, or Angus. I feel like I have to be very specific. And
Protection-
Milo walks back
Protection of the
away.
Zydel citizens is my top priority.
Yes, absolutely, and continue to do that.
Grim, tell him what to do so he doesn't fuck it up.
Gash, protect this pick. Just protect this pick as best as you can in order to protect the citizens of Zydel. Do you understand?
I understand Severius.
Thank you so much.
And I think I would ask Ekamos to go over there and examine Rex's body. I think he's the most medical dude, isn't he?
Yeah, and I think for the sake of this, I don't want to take too much agency away from Ekamos. Rolling a medicine check, though, he goes over, he inspects the body, and it seems to be that this is Breck's body.
I think we're all good to go, Varric.
Then let's do it.
Beat his ass.
Dragon unclips his cloak and pulls out his sword that is wavy as it extends out to a sharp point, and even at the distance you were at, you can hear it ring out. And he hits it across his chest. Boom, boom, ah! And the army starts moving in closer to the group. And for a second, a lot of you guys wonder, are they just attacking? And as they get closer, they create a large circle with the party at one edge, the rivals at the other, and Ash and the body of Breck splitting the distance between the two, almost in an oval shape. Starts to get loud, almost like hissing at first. This draconic whispering. Who all understands Draconic? I know Milo does, or at the very least, Milo, would you translate if they begin speaking in Draconic?
I understand.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Dragon, once they all circle up, raises his hand with the sword in it and yells again, "Ah! Ah!" And they, in response, all yell in chorus, yell back, "Ah! Ah!" And you almost feel the pressure of this sound hit all of you like a weight, as if the oxygen just became 3 times thicker. And Dragon begins to yell out in Draconic, "The fools think they can beat our queen! They have brought her weapon to us! Their hubris shall be their downfall!" And he takes his sword and he lays it on the ground and he kneels. And you see a bit of smoke coming out of his mouth as he says, "I dedicate this death to the ancient mother, whose fire will cleanse this land, as I now cleanse this land with the blood of her enemies." And he stands up, looking to you, Barrick.
As he's doing that, still standing, Varric will bring the head of the maul to his, rested on his forehead, and in Elvish will say, just very simple, just protect me, Moonweaver. And then we'll also say, I hope you're by my side, Lumini. He'll give them all a kiss and then mentally prepare himself for what's next.
And as Varric kisses the head of the hammer and turns to Dragon, who holds up his sword 30 feet away. That's where we're going to end the session for the day, guys.
You mother...
Fuck, man!
Let him beat his ass real quick. Come on, you know it's gonna be a short fight. We're gonna whack.
Oh, damn it, dude! 350. God damn it! Oh.
We're right about there, man. A full combat, well, not a full combat, but
no,
even
you're
this
right,
type
you're
of
right.
dual combat would take a bit. But also, if we stop here, this allows me to take the time to make this Matt and Battlefield what it deserves to be, because this is a big moment in the campaign.
Absolutely.
Glorious.
So
Dude, I
it's
got
going to allow
time.
me the time. I could do that. I have a map ready. I could do that for it's kind of one of those sessions where we're going to see where it goes. I have something ready, but it's going to be so much better if we wait. So I think it's a good point to stop here. So, For anybody watching or catching the VOD afterwards, thank you. Always happy to have others join along in our stories. To all of my players, thank you as well. We'll be back hopefully in 2 weeks for the next one. But otherwise, we will continue for the next 6, 7, maybe 8 sessions or so of the rest of the campaign. So we'll catch you for the next one either way. And yeah, see you then.